Imagine a world where wars aren't fought with marching boots or booming artillery. Instead, they happen in silence, in shadows, in code. Welcome to the hidden battlefield where the United States and Russia flex their most secret military technologies, the stuff they absolutely never want you to know. Today, you're going to see what really lurks behind the headlines, behind the exercises, behind the propaganda. This is the kind of warfare where hesitation costs millions and a single misstep can erase fleets without a shot fired. Let's start in the skies. Russia's Sukhoi S-70 Okhotnik B, a heavy stealth combat drone, is not a toy. It's a flying wing design, radar evading, and built to operate as a loyal wingman for manned jets like the Su-57. Think of it like a shadow ninja, quiet, invisible, and deadly. It follows orders autonomously, striking targets with precision or simply drawing fire. The US isn't sitting idle either. Their loyal wingman programs, including the MQ-25 Stingray and Skyborg drones, are linked to manned aircraft through advanced data networks, sharing sensor data in real time. These drones can disappear into the night like ghosts, relaying intelligence or engaging targets while human pilots plan the next move. In modern warfare, control of the skies is no longer about who has more pilots. It's about who sees first, moves fastest, and stays invisible. Hypersonic weapons are where things get terrifyingly fast. Russia's Avangard boost glide vehicles and Zircon cruise missiles can reach speeds above Mach 8, leaving little time for detection or interception. Launch one today, and by the time radar prints its course, the target may already be a smoldering crater. The US is responding with its own hypersonic programs like the AGM-183 ARRW and long-range air-launched weapons designed to counter these threats. Imagine trying to swat a bullet mid-flight with another bullet, except both are invisible and moving faster than your brain can process. Reaction time becomes everything. A single second's hesitation can mean catastrophic failure. On the ground, electronic warfare dominates. Russia fields Krasuka-2 and Krasuka-4 systems, capable of blinding radar, jamming GPS, and scrambling drones and missiles. Picture a city where every traffic light, billboard, and street lamp suddenly goes dark while drivers wander blind. That's the effect on enemy electronics. The US counters with multi-layered electronic warfare networks and cyber defenses. Their EA-18G Growlers can jam, spoof, and disrupt adversary radars from 100 miles away, making enemy systems see ghosts while friendly forces move freely. It's a silent war, but every beep, every ping, every radar sweep becomes a potential battlefield. Artificial intelligence is the unseen hand controlling modern operations. Russia is experimenting with autonomous ground vehicles capable of logistics, evacuation, and even combat. Imagine a convoy of trucks obeying algorithms instead of human hesitation. No fatigue, no fear, just relentless execution. The US deploys autonomous drones and ground systems across every domain, linked through networks that allow instant coordination. When humans hesitate, AI acts. When humans make mistakes, AI corrects. In this hidden conflict, hesitation is a luxury no one can afford. Cyber warfare turns invisible attacks into total chaos. Russian operations have used malware and persistent frameworks to infiltrate infrastructure, communications, and military networks. The US counters with offensive and defensive cyber operations, intercepting, encrypting, and neutralizing threats before they manifest. A single well-placed attack can disable radar networks, scramble communications, or manipulate logistics, all without firing a single round. In these unseen battles, code is the weapon and silence is the battlefield. Intelligence gathering remains critical. Satellites orbit in silence, unmanned reconnaissance drones skim over borders, and special reconnaissance aircraft monitor movements of entire fleets. Russia maintains Arctic undersea networks, listening for submarine activity and mapping strategic routes. The US, in response, operates a global reconnaissance system. Satellites, high-altitude drones, and electronic intelligence aircraft feed terabytes of data back to command centers where analysts can predict moves and prevent ambushes. In this hidden game, knowing what the opponent is doing before they even know you're there is the difference between dominance and disaster. Drone swarms are the modern answer to attrition. Russia produces hundreds of thousands of small drones, integrating AI for autonomous targeting. The US fields tactical systems like Switchblade and MQ-9 Reaper drones, designed for reconnaissance and precision strikes. Imagine a swarm of bees. Individually, each is dangerous, but collectively, they overwhelm, confuse, and destroy. These swarms act as both shield and sword, cheap enough to replace, smart enough to strike, and almost impossible to stop. In hidden operations, drones aren't just tools, they are the battlefield itself. Undersea operations take stealth to a whole new level. Russia deploys diesel-electric submarines and autonomous underwater vehicles under Arctic ice and near strategic sea lanes, monitoring NATO movements and controlling passages invisibly. The US counters with nuclear-powered attack submarines, unmanned underwater drones, and sonar arrays capable of lingering undetected for days. The oceans have become arenas where silence, patience, and sensor networks are more lethal than any missile salvo. Whoever dominates the undersea domain often dictates the surface war as well. Controlling the electromagnetic spectrum is just as important as controlling land or sea. Russia's Krasuka-class systems jam and scramble enemy radars, while US forces maintain encrypted comms, redundant networks, and AI-driven jamming. In these spectrum battles, missiles stall, drones fail, and the battlefield becomes an electronic void where only those who understand the invisible rules survive. It's a war fought in signals and frequencies, not fire and steel. Hybrid warfare ties all these elements together. Russia specializes in destabilization campaigns combining covert operations, cyber attacks, disinformation, and plausible deniability. Factories can go offline, communication networks fail, and political systems wobble, all without a single tank crossing a border. The US mirrors these tactics, using covert operations, special forces, drone strikes, cyber disruption, and logistical shadow networks. Hybrid warfare leaves no obvious footprints, only consequences that ripple across the globe. The invisible hand, not the open fist, now dictates outcomes. By now, you probably realize this isn't about who has more tanks or fighter jets. It's about who strikes first without being seen, who manipulates information, and who can maintain an invisible advantage. Both Russia and the US trade blows in this hidden arena. Drones shadow jets, AI determines actions, cyber attacks disrupt communications, and undersea vehicles watch every movement. Each new hypersonic missile, drone swarm, or stealth system sparks countermeasures, creating a perpetual cycle of action and reaction that the public never sees. The scary truth? Most of this technology exists now, not in labs, not in prototypes, but in operational units ready to be deployed. AI-powered drones, autonomous ground vehicles, undersea monitoring networks, electronic warfare systems, and cyber arsenals are all active. One misstep, one software exploit, one swarm mismanaged, and the consequences could be catastrophic. And the public wouldn't even know it until the ripple hits. Wars are no longer about headlines or dramatic footage. They're about who can manipulate the battlefield silently and effectively. It's important to understand that the next war may not look like anything you've imagined. There may be no open conflict, no tanks, no marching armies. Instead, attacks happen in cyberspace, in the sky, underwater, or through AI-guided swarms. Russia and the United States aren't just preparing for combat, they are shaping the future of conflict itself. Hypersonics, drones, AI, cyber operations, undersea dominance, electronic warfare, these are the real weapons of power, the hidden hands that dictate who wins and who survives. While the public debates politics, the actual battles unfold in frequencies, algorithms, and stealth shadows. So next time you think about military power, forget the parades and the tanks on the news. The real power hides in the drones above you, the submarines below, the networks that see everything, and the AI systems making life and death decisions in seconds. It annihilates. So if you want to see more of the Shadow Wars, the technologies they never want revealed, and the invisible strategies shaping our world, hit subscribe and stay ahead of the curve. Don't blink, because in this game, blinking isn't just losing, it's disappearing. And for anyone still underestimating it, let's be clear, If you think the invisible hand of modern military power is a joke, congratulations, you're already dead in the water.